Right, like this. Are you ready?
All right. Well, the question is why.
I'm not.
Oh, let's say ready.
Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, let's go.
All right. The question is why move to Sierra Leone? One of the reasons that I wanted to come here is because in the back of my mind, there was always a feeling of wanting to find out where my people actually come from. So I did a little preliminary research on my best friend Google, and I wanted to find like a little idea about maybe which country, um, which tribe. So you really can't find out too much on Google and YouTube. So what I did was I was just kind of scrolling through, and then all of a sudden, I came across a video, and it was talking about Sierra Leone and getting citizenship. I was like, wow, okay. So I looked into this video. It was by Dinas Amir, and he had Shabana Frazier on there, and I was like, okay. So I tuned in, and Miss Frazier was breaking down the fact that how she went about finding out where her roots originated from. She went to AfricanAncestry.com, and she waited the 5 or 6 weeks it took for the results. Got the results back and found out that she was from the Mende tribe from Sierra Leone. So I was like, wow, okay, very impressive. So I took the plunge. I plopped my money down, and I also took the DNA test, and it came back. Guess what, people? From the Mende tribe, 99.70% Mende. So after that, it's like, oh my God! Now I have a tribe, I have a land. So now I have to come and visit. So I got in touch with Miss Frazier, and she left her email at the end of the video. Got in touch with her, sent her an email. She got back in touch with me, and she told me, hey, it's about 4 months left before we get ready to make the trip. I said, you know what? I'm going for broke. I'm coming, and I'm so glad I did. We came over, and I just simply fell in love with this country. And the fact that I know that my great, 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 great grandmother came from this land, because I found out that the Mendes basically came down from Mali. It was part of the Mali Empire, and they was a warlike people, but the women were known for being excellent rice farmers. And I was like, oh, okay. So after the different fights and wars, the Europeans took the Mende women to the Americas to cultivate rice. So that's how my ancestor came to the Americas. And if it wasn't for her and her fortitude and will to survive, I couldn't be here talking to you all. So that was one of the real reasons why I wanted to answer that question in the back of my mind. Where did my people actually come from? What tribe, what language they speak, what are their customs, what are their traditional names? And these are some of the things that I want to find out.
So when you visited Sierra Leone, you had your Mende name. Can you tell us a little bit about your experience and what does that mean for you in general?
Yes. My first time here was basically so surreal, because I say, well, my ancestor was from this land, so if she hadn't have been taken, then I would still be here. We would have all been born here, right? And we would have grew up with our African birthright. So that was one reason that I felt good. The other reason I felt good was I was able to go to Banana Island and Bonce Island to see what the free people who were enslaved had to go through, what they had to endure, the humiliation, the punishments, the treatment overall, what they had to endure in order for me to be here, which made me feel even more gratitude to be here on this land. So my experience overall, the food, the culture, the historical aspect, my ancestral ties to this land, all together made for a phenomenal trip.
So you had a very good experience in Sierra Leone on back. So what's your plan now? To try to do much investment? What's your plan?
Yes, well, in the states, I operate a small trucking company, so my ideas is not necessarily to come and do trucking, even though that's my expertise at the moment. I used to be really big in real estate years ago, so I would definitely like to come and get into the real estate market, buy land, maybe do some development. I have some ideas for homes because that's sort of my background. After I got out of college, it was real estate, and the developer that I was working for at the time, I learned a whole lot about, getting land, developing houses, maybe models, decorating, lighting, the different floor plans, and how to deal with customers and how to build to the customer expectations. So I would like to bring some of that expertise here to Sierra Leone and do development and maybe even bring tours, because I'm thinking tour business too. A lot of folks are liking what they seeing me doing over here, what they like what I'm doing over here. So, and a lot of them have the same roots, so they want to do their ancestry, and if it comes out that they have DNA with one of the 15 tribes that's here, they want to take tours over. And since everybody is kind of living through me, vicariously through me, I'm thinking of setting up tours and then bringing people over and making sure that they reconnect with their culture as well.
Okay, so what impact do you think that will have on the people of Sierra Leone, your people?
As far as the development aspect, I do see that we could spread out, because to me, when I look at Freetown, it seems like any other city, right? Overpopulated, right? You got a whole lot of traffic. You got people coming and going. It's hustling and bustling. School kids. I see a lot going on in this city, and I don't think the city was built.
Can you have a stop, please?
Yes.
And then we'll do adjustments. But it's good so far.
That's good.
Yeah, adjustment.
It's that behind the scenes, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that behind the scenes footage for y'all. You got the backdrop of the hotel, the pool, and I'm breaking it down. And you see, this is a real thing. This is not what they say for play. This is real. Okay, you really can connect with your heritage, with your culture. Absolutely. We have the technology now, so why don't we use it? Why don't we use it? And to take a trip, you get your passport, take your COVID test, background check, and hey, you could be on the next trip, which is in December, and you all too can complete the cycle, complete the circle. Because our people were taken forcibly. They didn't come to America. They didn't go to America for better opportunities. They did not. They was taken against their will. And we have the opportunity to be the first generation to return, to complete the cycle. I'm sure that ancestor that survived, right, and went through the horrors that they went through, for you to be here, for you to come back to complete the cycle, I'm sure they're smiling down at us with approval. So it's up to you all. I guess you could stay in the divided snakes of America if you want, but I want to have the opportunity to move around if I so choose. If I want to stay there, I can. If I want to come here and stay, I can. I have the option. It gives me the latitude to kind of make up my mind, because I'm too far away from retirement. So maybe I'll do 8 months in the States, in the snakes, and then do 5 months over here until I get my business fully operational over here. And then sort of gradually cut that time down to 6 and 6, and then maybe 4-8, and then eventually just go ahead and retire over here. But I definitely want to be buried over here. Yes, I want to be buried over here. And I also want to look into getting my son, getting his citizenship. Right now he's in the U.S. Navy. He's 24, so he gets out next year. So we will be bringing him over to get his citizenship, and we plan to work together to develop affordable housing for the Aspen folks that's coming over, and for our local continental brothers and sisters. So we're looking into sustainability and tiny living, because I see mega structures being built here, and to me, I don't need all that space. It's only me right now. I do plan to find me a Nubian African queen eventually and have some kids. But right now, I don't need all that space, you know. Just a 1-bedroom house will be fine, or 2-bedroom house will be fine with me. I don't need no whole lot of space. I really don't. I've already minimized my lifestyle, so I don't need a whole lot of belongings anymore. It's about experiences now, about building. So I just want to break a little bit down just to keep the flow going while my man Joseph handle the technical aspects of the camera. Yes. But how's everybody Saturday doing? Welcome to a new day. Yep. Today is the day that we pay homage to our big brother in the universe, Saturn. Yes. And we're still holding to the fast. We're doing good. The key to fasting, guys, for anybody who's inclined, even if it's not for religious reasons, if you just want to lose weight, you want to jumpstart your metabolism, you want your immune system, try fasting. And the key to fasting is drink plenty of water. That's the key. So I try to get about 6 to 8 bottles in a day. What you sweating for? I'm doing all the work. Let me know when you're ready. I guess we'll start off with another question.
Yes. Okay, I'm ready. Going to ask the question.
Okay.
So can you explain more about your plans to invest in Sierra Leone?
Sure, yeah, I can elaborate on investing in Sierra Leone. I'm looking at some of the things that I see that the country could use like immediately, that will have immediate impact. One is affordable housing. The city, to me, is overcrowded, which is like every other city. You go to New York, overcrowded. You go to Chicago, overcrowded. You go to Houston, it's overcrowded. So eventually those places have to spread out, right? Normally we build up in America. Here you have to build out. So I think it's time to start building further out and maybe extend the city limits of Freetown. The other thing that I see that would have an immediate impact on the people is when I'm driving through or riding through the streets of Freetown, I see a lot of folks at the junctions waiting on a ride. So I'm thinking maybe some type of shuttle, bus service, trolley service or something is definitely needed here, because I see people basically fighting to get to a taxi. So maybe bus company will be sufficient here, because in the States, especially where I'm from in Chicago, it's a bus literally every 10 minutes. You can literally set your watch to it. So something like that will be greatly, greatly needed here, and I'm sure the people would truly, truly appreciate that, so they won't have to fight over a taxi. So that's the immediate impact I would like to implement here.
Okay, the other issue, you visited the provincial area, you saw how there are many opportunities there for one to invest. There are plots of lands that you may want to invest if you're thinking about investing into agriculture? Are you thinking about that in agriculture to invest in agriculture?
Yes, actually I am. I wasn't able to really get a lot done on this trip, but I do plan to be back in December. But yes, because me being a vegetarian, food is a big thing, right? So I would definitely like to be able and in a position to grow my own food, definitely organically, and beyond just me, any abundance that I get, I want to be able to sell. I want to be able to provide good food to the local shops or the local village or even some of the local supermarkets. So yes, I would definitely like to get a large plot of land so I can do some organic gardening and organic growing. I don't really know much about it now, but I do plan to take a few classes, and I think from that and just Mother Nature and the African soil and our hero, the sun, we should be fine. So yes, I do plan to do some agriculture, absolutely.
Okay, so one may want to know roughly what's your estimates in terms of money-wise to invest in the various sectors you've mentioned?
Well, I probably need to do a feasibility study to figure out exactly what would be needed as far as investment. But far as land development go, start small. Okay, I want to do maybe tiny houses, but self-sustaining tiny houses. I see mostly the buildings that I see here because I really like architecture. They're really big structures here. So to me, I don't know if they're going to use all that space or are they planning to make these places out of bed and breakfasts. But a lot of the structures that I see here are very huge. And for folks who are coming over from the diaspora, most of us are probably close to retirement or retirees or living on a fixed income. So I don't think people want to necessarily invest in these huge mega structures. So that's one way. And then the other thing, far as transportation, is simply just basically, I think, just applying probably for a business license and then bringing over maybe some 15 to 18 passenger Econoline vans, bring over 5 or 6 of those, and then just grow the business as you go along, as opposed to just biting off too much. Because you want to see if something like that would work. I think it would definitely work in Freetown because if you look at any of my videos, you will notice that when you pass by the corners, there's so many people there, it's just ridiculous. So I think start small and then grow the company as business picks up.
So what's your message to your friends and family in the diaspora who are contemplating to come and invest in Africa?
Good one, good one. Well, I would suggest, because we all know, living in the West, of the challenges that we have to face. Okay, we look at the scrutiny, we look at the racism, we look at the politics, everything that we have to go to, high taxes, right? These are the things that are forcing a lot of us to consider other places to live. And why not think about the land where your people actually came from? The cost of living here is a lot cheaper. The taxes here are a lot cheaper. And then with Sierra Leone, with them opening up their arms and embracing us based off of your DNA, it's even a plus. So if you living on a fixed income and you want to live well, you want to eat good food, you want to live up under the African sun, which can help you with your many ailments, because a lot of us are vitamin D deficient living in the West because we're dealing with these cold climates, right? So if you live on a fixed income, it would behoove you to check into your DNA and maybe link up. I'm gonna leave my information at the end of the video, and then I can put you in touch with the right people so you can come over and live the life that you're meant to live here on the African continent.
So can you give them the information?
Yes, you can reach out to me at H.A.M Lifestyle Blogs, H.A.M Lifestyle Blogs. or you can email me at gohamtrucking@gmail.com. That's gohamtrucking@gmail.com.
So now you're going to explain, like, I'm going to ask you, who are you, when were you born, where were you born, the parents' name, all of this. So
Say it again.
like, I'm going to ask you to give a little background about yourself. When were you born, where were you born, the parents' name, if you have any kid. So while you were talking, I was taking some, all them technically cutaway shots. So while we were editing it, put them as parts.
So you ask the question.
Yes,
or
I will
just-
ask you, you talk
and then
into your camera,
yeah,
and
explain.
I'll be taking different shots.
Okay.
So, who are you?
I am Rakim Khalik.
Where were you born? Can you give us a background to this?
Yes, and I was born and raised in Chicago, Illinois, where my people came up from Georgia, and on my mother's side they came from Georgia, I think Macon, Georgia, and on my father's side they came from Mayfield, Kentucky. I have one son. He's 24. He's in the U.S. Navy. He's been there for 4 years, and he should be getting out this time next year. And we will definitely be bringing him to the African continent so he can get his citizenship, because he's excited about coming to the motherland.
So, can you give us an educational background?
Educational background, I am a college attendee, but I didn't finish college due to financial reasons. And once I decided to leave college, I realized you need to work for yourself. So I've always had numerous businesses, janitorial service, I had a leasing company, I sold cars for a while, and I had a convenience store for a while, and now I'm in the trucking business. So if you're going to go the business route, then you don't necessarily need so much schooling. All you need to do is be able to attend some entrepreneurial classes, and that would help you as far as establishing your business.
So, what has been your relationship with other black people in the States, socially and in terms of business-wise?
Well, when I look at my relationship with people back home, it's pretty positive. I'm a pretty positive guy, and of course, throughout my years of business, I have employed quite a few people. So that's another reason why I'm sort of looked at as a pillar of the community, because I am a business owner and I have provided plenty of jobs. And not only do I do that, I usually counsel and coach people basically for free on how to establish their businesses. They can brainstorm with me, they can bounce ideas off of me. We talk about some of the things that is needed in the community, some things that will work, some things that won't work, especially post-COVID, because we need to rethink things post-COVID. A lot of industries are not going to bounce back once the COVID is over with. So we really need to be coming together as a group of business minds and working together so we can figure out the new economy post-COVID. And if you ask me, it's crypto. Cryptocurrency is the new gold rush. I did a video about this, and I think if you miss out on at least learning about crypto and investing what I call your lunch money, you're gonna be very upset with yourself years in the future, because crypto is never going away. It's the new economy. So I would advise you guys to take some time and study it and find out what it's all about.
Thank you very much.
We did good, huh? We did good. All right, guys, let me chop it up with Joseph. Peace.
It took a
Let
lot
them see.
of shot. As far as this one's